Oh. When I met my second son's father, he was uh he was fun. He was funny. I wasn't looking for a relationship because I was too messed up thinking about where's my son, my baby, my baby. I wasn't pregnant yet, of course. Where's my baby? All these other bad things that happened to me, whatever. Where's my baby? I want my baby. And so definitely he didn't get a good ride from me. But what happened was I didn't know that he wanted to be with me because he pretended like we were just friends. And you have to really be careful with manipulative people. I didn't know he was a manipulator. I didn't know he was abusive because he was so nice. There it is again with the passive aggressiveness. He was so sweet, and I really didn't pay him that much mind because I just had so much in my head, about my missing baby that was kidnapped and, all of my bills that I had to pay. I was 18 and just had way too much in my head. Um, so I really didn't notice, and I've never really been out in the street just to go to work, not to hang out, and, have a little party time, social. So it was easy for him to manipulate me because I had no knowledge of how these things work. And I didn't think like that, period, because I just wasn't that type of person. So there was no need for me to think that way. And as far as I could see, he was just coming to be my friend every day, keeping me company. He would just sit there really quiet and watch TV all the time. And while I was watching TV, he didn't complain. He didn't say, "What are you watching?" He didn't ask me any questions. He really didn't talk. He would just sit there quietly. You have to beware. He sat there quietly for a whole year, a whole entire year. And then one day, because I was really wasn't a party girl, one day he brings some champagne or something. It was called pink champagne. He brings it and I taste it. He's like, "It's real fruity, taste it." And I drink one and I drink another and then I start laughing. And because before that I didn't laugh. I didn't smile. I was truly, truly, truly broken. Not broken, but almost broken. And I could never find a smile. But I drank a little and I was suddenly laughing and having a good time. And that's another story how progression will starts because it gives you a euphoria that you're not, you can't get naturally. Um, so of course, and then we slept together because and then he was next, he was in my bed for like 4 days, and then I was pregnant, really quick, uh, always so quick. Um, and he, after about 4 months of the good time, he comes in and he says, "I've been seeing this other girl because you don't act right when it comes to giving it to me. You don't give it to me. You just, you seem like you're trying to act like you're giving it to me, but you're not really letting me do what I want sexually. You're not. So I was with this other girl, and she's pregnant, and I'm like, quietly, I absorbed it, and of course, that added to more, just made the walls in my brain bigger as far as emotional problems, and not ever trusting anybody again. I wasn't trusting anybody at that point, and that just really did it again. So I stopped having sex with him. I was 4 months pregnant. And he became severely, severely, severely abusive. There's a scar on my eye. It looks like a wrinkle when I smile. But it actually is where he punched me in the head, in on the side of my eye, and it broke open. The skin actually opened. He hit me that hard. And I believe, of course, I needed stitches. The scar is still there. You can see it. It's like a little round, not round, but it's oval. Because it was wide open and bleeding like I've been in a boxing ring. And all because I stopped having sex with him and someone else was having sex with him. And I wasn't laughing and joking with him anymore because he betrayed me. So, I mean, basically I just didn't even want to see him anymore. And that made him even more angry. It made me more angry. We were both young. By that time, I turned 19 years old. And, it was very, very abusive because when he opened my eye that way, I went to get an axe to chop him up. I mean, it can get really bad. Relationships can get really, really severe. I just really wasn't going to chop him up. I just wanted to scare him and make him leave so he wouldn't hit me again. And of course, it was a big fight. My sister was here from Connecticut, and she had come to visit, and she was screaming at him, and she was threatening him too. And I told her to stay out of it, and I was glad that she was loving me like that. But I didn't want her to get in it because just in case, I didn't want her to get hurt because of my stuff. And from that day on, which I had asked him to leave because, hey, you have another girl around the corner. She's willing to do what you want sexually and all of that and be a real woman, as they say. So why don't you go stay over there, because I'll never touch you again, because, if you're touching other people, I don't want to catch any diseases. And if she's pregnant and I'm pregnant, you're not using any protection with anyone. So you're bound to give somebody something's about to spread, and I don't want to catch it. And I don't share. I don't believe in sharing sex partners. That's not my thing. Because of diseases mostly. And so that just made him matter. It didn't make him leave. And for some reason, I couldn't understand. Why don't he stay with her? She loves him. He slept there all night. He didn't come in till 5 o'clock in the morning every morning. So it really didn't make sense. And I was really kind of glad he wasn't sleeping in my bed. But he came back every day, just to have an argument, I guess. He would start an argument the minute he came in the door. If the door was locked and I didn't open it fast enough, he'd kick it. He would kick that door until the locks fell off. That is very, very abusive. Part 1.